Opposition reflex. Every dog has it, and if you've trained with me, you've heard me explain it, and I've talked about it with you. Basically, every single dog has an opposition reflex, and it's pretty much what it sounds like. On the example of, let's just say you have your dog on leash, they're looking at another dog, they're looking at a squirrel, they're looking at whatever. You pull back, they go forward. That's just how it goes. Dogs do not like pressure on their bodies. Dogs want to escape the pressure on their bodies. That's why it's so important when you are using a pressure and release tool, whether it's a prong collar, whether it's a slip lead, whether it's a martingale, whatever it is, that pressure and release needs to be very clear to your dog so they understand what it is. If you just have constant pressure on your dog's whatever it is at the end of the leash all the time, your dog's going to want to go forward every single time you go for a walk. They're trying to escape that pressure, and the fact that it's not getting released, they're just going. When you see dogs pulling sleighs, mushing dogs, they're wearing full body harnesses. The more they feel pulling back, the more they go forward. Dogs and bite work. I was talking about my last video about bite work. Dogs doing protection work, bite work, when they're training. Before they get that release, they're getting held either physically with somebody's hand or on a leash, whether it's on a harness or a collar, they're getting held back. And that is amping them up more and more and more. So if you have a reactive dog, guess what? That's amping them up more and more. Or I see this all the time, and I explain this especially to clients in sessions. If your dog is saying hello to another dog, always call that dog off. Train your dog to get called off that dog. Don't just earn their leash until they come back to you, because that's going to kick their opposition reflex in, and then they might lunge in the other dog's face. Now, some dogs are not as affected by it as others. Some have it extremely bad. I'm going to bring up my own dog again, Lucifer. He has it extremely bad. He could be saying hello to any dog, and if you pull him back, his opposition reflex will kick in and he will lunge. But the second you let go, right back at it, hey, what's up? What's up, guys? Anytime he had ever had a reaction and I pushed down on his chest to get him into a sit, I got bit every single time. He is trained to be called off dogs because his opposition reflex is so fucky that he will just redirect, turn around, or react. So a lot of dogs have that issue. So if you notice when you're pulling your dog away from another dog and you're like, oh my god, they started barking, what the fuck? They were just saying hi. I hear that all the time. They were just saying hi. What happened? Opposition reflex. So start practicing it now. Practice calling your dog off very simple things. Do it on leash in the house. Do it in your yard. Practice with something simple and work your way up to a squirrel, a dog, another person. Just practice it when there's nothing around and add the distractions so they're bigger and bigger. Because if your dog has a serious opposition reflex, it's going to save you in the long run, and it'll save the other dog and person from getting frightened when your dog might react in their face. So keep in mind, like I said, if your dog was just saying hi to another dog or their dog friend and they were fine and all of a sudden you pulled back and they reacted, that's why.